Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Stevo, and today I've got a very special guest. He's the man, not quite a myth, but definitely a legend, Big Papa Fav.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Yourself?
I'm well. Good to see you again.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
day we're having
That's it, man.
outside. Sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out,
Yeah.
guns out. Well, I can't, but you definitely can. Keeping in good shape for a 60-year-old, aren't you?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I try.
Yeah,
Got to keep moving.
that's it, man.
Yeah,
Keep the energy going.
100%.
What is it?
Can't
What's the phrase? If you don't use it, you lose it.
That's 100% true, mate.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
It's as easy as that. Yeah, when you
well,
stop.
that's it.
Yeah, everything stops. So keep moving.
So you're still training hard?
Yeah, still going. Still training 2 to 3 days a week.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 days most weeks.
Yeah. High intensity or low intensity?
Now what we do, we go 1 week heavy.
Yep.
When I say heavy, I mean not a young lad anymore, but heavy as we can go. And we do 1 week light just for recovery.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can't keep going heavy all the time.
No.
Just gotta
Well,
play something kind of body at my age. So
that's it. With your bodybuilding career, all those injuries probably have set in, like with your
yeah, I've
shoulder.
been reasonably blessed. I do have a few niggles in the shoulders, but I remember I took some advice from another bodybuilder, Don Mahoney. He was mixed Australasia, had a gym at Kilsyth, and he said just be careful because if you go too hard, too heavy all the time, yeah, you'll pay for it later on.
Yeah.
I always remembered that, and I never really set out to be a bodybuilder, so that was not my intentions when I first started training. So
How did you get into bodybuilding?
yeah, funny enough, it was like a day like today. You know, it was about 28 degrees. I was sitting on the couch eating cabana cheese and picking onions like Italians do, and washing it down with a bourbon. And I don't know what made me get off the couch. I just got off, looked outside, and go, "What am I doing?" A day like today, I'm sitting inside watching footy. I can do this when I'm old,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I just literally got up, joined a gym pretty much that week. And just started training and liked the results. And the pathway got bigger, better. And my first comp, I was just getting ripped for summer, not for competition because I didn't want to compete then. And someone said, "Are you competing?" I went, "No, I'm just getting ready for summer. You know, get the beach bod going on." And he goes, "Man, you should compete."
Yeah,
I
right.
went, "Really?" And most people will take about 12 weeks to compete. You know, to diet down everything. I did it in 3.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how lean I was. So
Far out.
yeah, so which took me on another journey.
Yeah, well, one thing would have led into another.
Yeah, not a journey I set out to from the beginning, but like getting off the couch, making change. Wow, didn't the doors just open up from there?
You must have been in pretty good condition for someone to come up and be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
you know."
yeah. I took my training very serious. Even though I never intend to compete. My mindset's always to be the best you want to be and can be. So yeah,
So, when you think about what you wanted from your training at the start, it was just to be fit and in shape,
yep,
and you trained that hard that it led to another level.
yep.
All that discipline and whatnot.
Everything I do, I like to get the best results, be 100%. Yeah, when I first got up, I just wanted to get a bit, look good
Yeah.
at the beach, and just grew and got to a level where I could compete.
Yeah. So what was your diet like when you were just doing it just for shits and giggles, just to be in shape?
When I first started off, I had a reasonable balance. Like I still drink alcohol on the weekends, but train. And then as you start progressing, you start looking better. Your diet gets better because you like what you see. The alcohol I didn't drink for about 7 or 8 years. Might have had one here and there. Basically stopped drinking. Just ate really clean food. Back in those days, we were always taught to eat smaller meals, like 30 grams of protein every 3 hours.
Yep.
And we had 6 meals a day type of thing. And supplements like protein powders and creatine was a big thing back in those days, still is today.
Yep.
And just...
I think the grams of protein have actually changed over the years. I think the body science has said that you can have 50 grams of protein now.
Yeah, well, today there's all this thing about fasting, the benefits of fasting. Well, fasting, geez, you wouldn't fast back in those days.
No way.
No way. People would have protein shakes at 3 o'clock in the morning. you'd set your alarm to have a protein shake.
Yeah,
and
I
go
think
back to
Arnold did
sleep.
that.
Yeah,
Arnold did that,
yeah,
didn't
they were all
he?
into
Yeah.
that.
Protein every 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, they're another level again.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big men and they're into the protein, but yeah, something Andrew Tate said that he literally only has one meal a day.
Does he?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, look how good he does.
Yeah, he's ripped.
You know, he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, there's got to be something
So
behind
maybe
it.
we are eating too much.
Yeah, consumerism.
You know, but these bodybuilders, they are big men, but
Got to fuel for the competition.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So, what was your diet like? We're heading into competition.
Yeah, that was interesting because the knowledge that you gain from competing is a totally different level. Excuse me. But because I ate relatively clean anyway, it didn't change a lot. I was still eating a lot of chicken, fish, steak. Yeah, so it didn't really change a lot. But the key things, people are amazed that when you go from your just your bulking phase to your dieting phase, it's more cardio. You do more cardio, and it's your water intake, which is I think you touched on that in your previous podcast.
Yeah.
In the 12 things that the water and the salt. Well, we actually cut the salt out,
Really?
right? Because salt makes you hold the water.
Yeah.
Right? You talk about dehydration.
Yeah.
We're trying to get dehydrated to a certain level, right? So you cut out your salt, you drink up the water intake, right? So you're drinking probably maybe 4 or 5 litres a day, right? And you're constantly peeing.
Yeah, that's
right?
a lot of piss.
Flushing out your system. Every 10 minutes you go in the toilet. And because your salt's not no salt, you're not retaining the fluid.
Yeah.
And then on the day of the competition, you're cutting back your water, the day before the competition, cutting back your water to a litre, from 5 litres to a litre, but you're still peeing.
Wow.
Right? And then the day of the competition, you're literally just sipping. And
Just
you're still
sipping
peeing.
water and
So
peeing.
all that water that's underneath your skin is gone.
So that's
So you're ripped,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it must be a pretty hard mental.
it's hard.
Like,
It's a different, yeah.
so you got the physical side of it, and then when you're going into preparation for competition, it's like you have all this water, and then you got to have that mental discipline to not have that water.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
And that's why most people can't achieve those levels in bodybuilding. It's a discipline, it's a mindset. Yeah.
It's a selfish sport, isn't it? It
It's
really is.
Yeah, it's one
Once
of the
once
most
you're in that
selfish
zone.
sports you can do, I guess, because
Yeah.
you're in the zone, you're training in the gym, you're away from home,
Yeah.
you're away from your family.
Yeah.
It's just such a focused discipline, and nothing matters. You just want to be the best you can be, and
Oh,
you're
that's
doing
it.
everything you can to achieve it. So you sort of got your blinkers on, and you can have some negative things in your life, your personal life, because you're so drilled.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you're so mentally prepared to go to that next level, and I feel like if you're doing that, it affects other things in your life, which sort of makes you look selfish, even though you're not trying to be.
Yeah, and
You're
I
just
didn't
trying to be the
see-
best
Your mother
version.
wasn't real happy at the time with the situation. 2 young kids. You know, she's dealing with that at home. I'm going to the gym to train, and I was personal training as well, so you're working as well. And yeah, it had an impact on our relationship at the time, which I didn't see because I was so tunnel visioned. I was happy, and that was the end of my bodybuilding career, pretty much.
Yeah.
And not like I said, I never had intended to be a bodybuilder per se, but your mother's relationship was more important than my bodybuilding. So that was it. So
sure.
I went to a level I never thought I'd achieve. Competed in the Victorias, won the 1999 Masters,
Yep.
which is great. Went to Sydney, competed in the Australasias. I was in the under 75 kilos, but I actually weighed on stage under 70. And I still got 4 out of 8 in the Australasias. So if I competed in the under 70s, I more than likely would have won it. So
Wow, you must have had some serious muscle to
yeah,
get fourth in that
yeah,
comp.
100%. Yeah, really dehydrated. As we touched on before. Because
How do you function when you're like dehydrating yourself and you know that because it's not healthy to
it's not healthy
at all to
No,
cut out all that water.
Yeah, when I was on stage, I could feel my lips swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more bodybuilders die from dehydration than anything else.
UFC do it as well when they do all their
It's
weigh-ins.
not in that aspect. It's not a healthy sport. It's not.
Well,
It's
that's
taken to the extreme.
yeah. Well, bodybuilding. You look at it now.
Yeah,
It's
most of your viewers are never going to achieve that level, and nor do they want to. But on your first podcast with the 1 to 12 different things, that's good balance. That's
yeah,
life balance. They're little things that can make you feel better on a day-to-day basis, which is probably more important,
yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah. It's an interesting sport. Considering when like you look at what happened in the '80s and the '90s and what it's developed into now, like with all the gear and the supplements, bodybuilders are just way too big now. I think, in my opinion, like it's a
Yeah.
level of like your bodybuilding was set like it was a healthy sport. It was good to get into. It was good training. Now it's just been taken too far. Where it's like
It's
young kids are starting up, and it's not good for young kids to start up and have these big bodybuilders who are sort of pushing them in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? It's no longer about health. It's about how big can you get.
yeah.
It's all about size.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's a lot more young people starting off on gear
I've
now.
seen
That
16-year-olds.
yeah, they want to achieve because these bodybuilders they have such an influence on these young people, and same with female models.
Yeah.
Young girls want to look like that. You know, and that's extreme, right? You can't live like that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a real, yeah, that's a negative impact, really.
Yeah, it's not good for the youth.
And what they see, like these young people that see these bodybuilders on stage, you don't look like that all the time.
No.
Like you're training to peak for that one hour on stage, right? You know, I remember finishing my competition. We went to Red Rooster, bought myself some chicken. You know, had some chips and sodium, right, and a Coke, right. I woke up next morning, you wouldn't have recognised me. Just the fluid and the sodium sucked up into my skin. You couldn't go up back on stage and look the same.
Just like filled you out.
Yeah,
like,
filled you out.
Took
Yeah.
all away the
Smoothed
muscle.
you out. We call it smoothed you out.
Yeah. Like all the
So,
definition is just
Yeah,
gone.
not as
and
much
whatnot.
definition. Still
Yeah.
got the size, obviously, but yeah.
Just retain that fluid because
definition.
your body was
Yeah,
basically begging for
your
it.
vascularity, smoothed you out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what young people have to realise. You don't look like that all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing with like, influencers and bodybuilding and incorporating social media. People are going to put out the best version of themselves, to the audience.
Yeah.
Even though that may not be the case. You're always going to post the best part or the best aspect of your life, your best photo shot or the best video, portraying the best.
Yeah.
Even though it's not always like that,
Yeah, yeah.
So that technically it's actually a negative thing about bodybuilding, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
they aspire to be that, but life isn't always going to be like that.
No.
You're not going to always be big and cut and whatnot. And
yeah.
You know what I mean?
The general population aren't going to get to that extreme. It's like anything.
yeah. So what do you think the biggest positive out of bodybuilding is for you and on your journey?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, when I come into the studio here, I noticed all those signs up on your wall.
Yeah.
You know, stay positive, work hard, make it happen.
Yeah.
That's bodybuilding, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it.
100%.
That's bodybuilding,
Yeah.
right? You're putting up this for business and mindset and everything, but all these things just don't quit.
Yeah, just don't quit or just do
That's
it.
bodybuilding. What's the last one say behind me?
You don't grow when you're comfortable.
There you go. All bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That's the aspects of bodybuilding.
100%.
And you go on. All your things. Never give up.
Yeah.
Great things take time.
Yeah.
It's bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding, it's business, and it's just about manifesting what you want to become. A better version of yourself or a better business.
You focus on what you're trying to achieve. Use your discipline to go and get it. You never quit. It's for business, right? Bodybuilding's a great thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, fitness and health in general is, if you can sort of master those things, it'll impact other parts of your life.
It's a good foundation for young people to start in the gym. It's a bit like what Jordan Peterson says. It starts off in your bedroom.
Make your bed.
Little things like that.
Yeah.
Make your bed. Get that right. And most people that take pride in their appearance, it goes a long way for everything else in life. If you've got people that don't look great. They're overweight. You know, you look at them and, you know, what are you doing?
You're
You know, what are
thinking,
you achieving?
you're thinking, fuck, your house must be a pigsty.
Yeah,
You have a messy room.
and your mindset.
Yeah, yeah,
Your
100%.
mindset's wrong.
Yeah, make your bed, have a clean room, then you have a clean house, then you have a routine, then you have a good workspace at your work if that's what you do, or if you're running a business, you'll have an organized business. You got to have an organized household
Yeah,
to have an organized no matter what you're doing in the
Yeah.
rest of your life.
yeah,
Yeah, good fundamentals.
yeah, 100%.
You
That's
know.
what taught me the most. And
Yeah, when bodybuilding, you have routine and discipline and motivation, and that obviously, that's a large portion of your life, doing bodybuilding, then that's going to be obviously filtering out into the rest of your life.
yourself.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Yes, that's definitely the byproducts of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've got to have that to a certain aspect anyway. You have to have that go-get-it type of thing.
Yeah,
But you can train it too. You know, you can have it naturally, just a natural go-getter.
yeah,
But young people, I got off the couch. You
Yeah.
know, I was eating pickle onions, cabana, and all
yeah.
that.
And you were
I changed my
28.
mindset. And look at the doors that opened up. I competed in the Australasias, right? I look great. I look good today, really.
Yeah.
You know, some people say I look great, but,
Yeah,
you know,
no, you definitely do.
yeah, for my age.
Yeah,
I did personal training for 30 years. You know, so just that one thing getting off the couch opened up so many doors, and all positive
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
So it was a good decision.
yeah. So you got really good positives, but what's probably one or two big negatives that you?
Probably apart from the selfish sport, the tunnel vision, that was the biggest one. I don't really have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
We touched on it earlier on too.
Well, yeah, you think about big Ronnie Coleman pushing the limits.
Yeah,
you know, injury is probably one of the biggest negatives.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
I was blessed. I sort of took good advice early. Do have a few niggles here and there, but you get that when you get older anyway.
Yeah.
Look, the positives really outweigh the negatives.
Yeah.
You know. I think common sense too.
Yeah.
You know, young people taking too much gear when they're young. It's getting a big problem with having children down the track.
Yeah. Testosterone.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it, young people. You life's a marathon.
Yeah.
You know, take it easy. You get there. Just work hard.
Consistency. Just
Consistency.
consistently train, and you'll.
Yeah, that's a good word. Consistency.
Yeah.
Everyone used to say that. So how'd you get like that? I said consistency.
Yeah,
Training when you don't want to
Not
train.
weeks, not months. I'm talking years. Years of training and dedication.
Yeah, that's
None of this fucking pop some juice. Here's a couple of pills and whoosh, yep, good. Been training for 3 months and I'm the fuck. No, it takes years.
It takes years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
Because you think, 10 years of bodybuilding, the mental strength that you've got from that of consistency, right? But you're going to have these young kids coming through now who are 16, 17, 18, thinking that they can just take some gear and train relatively hard and be the best. But it's not really.
They want shortcuts.
They want shortcuts, and that's not the way of life. You can't take shortcuts. So that you end up coming undone in the end, don't you?
Yep. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and like anything, they don't want to take shortcuts to make money. There's a process.
Yeah.
You know, some people get lucky, but it's life's a marathon.
Yeah.
It'll change. Just work towards your goals, and you'll achieve it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the primary fundamentals of bodybuilding that's helped you in business now, like being dedicated and disciplined.
Yeah, I had a very successful personal training business. I have a Dove business now for weddings and funerals, which has been very, very successful.
Yep.
For my age, I'm not going to raise a good family on it, but for where I am in life, I love it, enjoy it, and use the same things. It's work ethic, having a vision, disciplines. So
That's very good.
yeah, like when you started this podcast,
Yeah.
that's like the same adventure as what I did with getting off the couch and weights. You want to do something.
Yeah.
You've invested time and money
Yep.
and a mindset of where you want to go, and it'll happen. It's exactly the same principles what you just read out before.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like having a vision. Like I've got this vision of where I want to go and what do I want to achieve, and I'm taking those steps. And when you think about bodybuilding, you know, you envision yourself being a certain image and a size
Yeah.
and definition. And when you see yourself slowly getting there over the time, it you know,
Yeah, and also too, the doors that are going to open for you. I bet you, right, you're going to look back in 12 months, right, physically you're going to be different.
yeah.
When people are going to see you jumping in that ice bath at 6 o'clock in the morning, you'll have some abs, you'll have some guns.
Abs, yeah,
You know, because you're
boo.
training now,
Yeah.
right? You're doing things, and yeah, they go, well, geez, Stephen looks fantastic. What's he been doing?
Yeah. And
Yeah, he started off on a journey, on a podcast, and now look at not just mentally but physically changed.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's it. It all started with one thing.
one thing, one seed.
Mindset, baby.
Yeah,
Mindset.
100%. Anyone can do it.
That's the thing. Literally just a flick of the switch and a bit of fucking elbow grease.
Yeah.
And you just go do it.
Well,
What
that's the
are you waiting?
saddest thing.
A special quote. One day or day one, you decide.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
You know.
You decide.
You decide. You decide.
Everyone has a journey. I think for me the scariest thing is I hate to be in heaven. On someone else's terminology, I can't. Might have been Tate, Andrew Tate.
No. Mr. David Goggins.
David Goggins was in
Yeah.
heaven,
Yeah, in heaven.
and God said, you know, this is you. And the guy's going, well, that's not me. And he goes, well, that could have been you. If you worked hard and to be the best you could possibly be, that could have been you. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, having all his credentials and like what he's done and the success and how hard he pushed himself.
Yeah.
That could have been you, but this was your best version right here. You decided to come in this comfortable sort of person and didn't want to push yourself and break barriers. You know, you're at half of what you could have been. But you didn't push yourself.
Yeah, I don't think, sadly enough, a lot of people don't reach their full potential.
I don't think so either. I really don't.
Yeah.
And it's quite sad.
That's very sad.
It's, you know, you sort of get into this rut of like, you know, oh, this is as good as life is going to get. You know, I've ticked everything that I wanted. You know, there's no longer for me to challenge myself anymore. It's like, but that's the one thing that should keep you going. What's your next challenge? What's the next barrier you're going to break down? What's the next wall that you're going to, you know?
It's too hard. It's impossible. I'm never going to make it. I can't, you know. Yeah, you can make it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it, you're definitely going to be in a better position trying than what you are when you started.
100%. Yeah.
You know, you make your goals high,
Yeah.
right? If you don't quite get there, it's not a failure. Look where you started.
I know.
You're a better person, right?
I honestly don't believe in failure. I really don't. As you know, when you go through
Yeah.
school, oh, you get an F, or you got a D plus. Oh, you didn't get an A. Well, okay, fair enough. You know, you got an F, you failed. But now in life, failure just doesn't exist. It would only ever exist if you didn't try.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Yeah, you
You know,
didn't give it a chance to begin with.
like even with bodybuilding, right? Or just training in the gym. Not that gym's always about bodybuilding, but just training in the gym, staying healthy. You know, you could never walked into a gym at all, never trained one day in your life. But if you go in there and do one session, success.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And every time you train, another success. Next session, another success.
yeah.
And
That's important. Yeah.
that's the important part. It's not like, oh, I'm successful now because I've trained 10 years in the gym and I've been consistent. No, you're successful the day one that you walk into that gym.
That's right. Just getting off the couch
Yeah.
and going in there to be something better than what we were yesterday is important.
Yeah, tweaking that mindset. Just flick
Yeah,
that switch. Just go get it. What
How you gonna see results
what are
in a
you
week?
waiting for? Go do it. You want to start that business? Start that business. You want to do that in your hobby? Go for it.
Yeah.
You want to help out somebody and you've been thinking about it for a long time? Go do it. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Don't be that person to say,
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
yep,
But I didn't because I was scared. Oh,
if only.
yeah, if only. If only. Oh, if I'd have tried this 10 years ago, I would have been here. Well, you fucking didn't try it,
Yeah.
did you?
Yeah, didn't want it bad enough.
Let your actions be your success. You know?
Yeah,
Let your success be the noise, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. It's
And it's not necessarily the point where you finish, it's the journey in between.
where you started from, dude.
Where you start, you know, so your journey, you don't know what doors are going to open up for you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just go get it. You know, just do what you want to do, and people need to have not have any self-doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, and just get past that bullshit of like, oh, it's too hard.
yeah.
You know,
Yep.
just do it.
Just do it.
It's gonna suck. It ain't gonna be an easy fucking ride. But you'll be more thankful that you've done it than having regret when you're 70 years of age. Be like, I could have started that
Don't have
business.
no regrets.
Yeah, yeah,
I've trained people with mental health, and the advice I give them is just do 1%. Just one little thing a day.
yeah. Before you
Too
know it,
big,
get better.
yep, that'll get bigger. And then before you know it, you're out of the hole.
Yeah,
You know, you're out, you're done. You've achieved.
yeah,
You know, because first thing for depression, I don't think there's an end. They can't get out of this hole, right? But they can, and they do. They all do. I know, had some great results.
yeah. Through training.
Through training, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating how one thing like exercise, whether it's gym, cardio, or whatever it may be, but just changing one thing, how it can just flip everything,
That's the biggest
manifest
things.
into something
Got
else.
their financial life's back in normal. They've like had marriage breakdowns, and now they met someone new, and then they got a new house and all that. Started with training.
It did, and I feel like unfortunately a lot of depression comes with our body image and how I think a lot of overweight people generally have depression and they don't know why, but I think it's because they're overweight and they're unhappy with themselves.
Yeah,
And because they're eating shit, they're gaining weight and they're eating shit food, they just feel shit.
Yeah.
When you make better
so-
decisions of eating better food and training, it just snowballs into the rest of your life. It's really a no fucking brainer.
well, they say your body's your temple. So, and what's Jordan Peterson say? Start with your own house. So, you look at if you can start training and looking better within yourself, it's just going to snowball.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, with that video that I did, like 12 things that we need to get back to basics, I'm not saying, hey, got to change all these 12 things now. Just start with one.
Yep. Pick out one that suits you.
Eating better. Just start eating better.
Yep.
Then, when you might lose a couple of kilos over a month, you might go, you know what? I'll go for a run. I'll do it. Fuck it. And then you start doing that.
Yeah.
And then it starts leading to other things. Then you got 3. Then you got 4. Then you start meditating.
Yep.
Then you start getting a little bit happier. You're making jokes. You're having laughter. And all of a sudden, you're just feeling better. And the sun's out and you want to go outside. and
You want to
this
show off that
momentum.
rig.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this right now. You know what I mean? Like you just start becoming, you start loving yourself. You
do.
start sensing a bit of freedom.
Yeah, and it's important to love yourself.
Exactly. So, day one or one day. You know what I mean? Like it really is just a flick of a switch, man.
Yeah.
Just snap yourself out of it.
Yeah. Snap yourself out of it.
Yeah. It's
Just do it.
it's just do it. Lightweight, baby. That's the thing, man. I really wish it was. Some people think it's a lot harder than it actually is. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that hard to snap out.
Because they're looking at the end product. They're not thinking about the journey.
They're looking, it'll take 4 years to get to lose all this. Or
In that-
whatever.
what are you going to achieve in that 4 years?
Well, you don't know until you fucking try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can tell you it's going to be better than what we were when you started.
We're running out a bit of time here, but I do have one last question. What advice do you have for young people who are out there at the moment trying to pursue a healthy bodybuilding career or a business career? What advice have you got for the young people?
Well, it's pretty much the same recipe for both, really. All these things up here,
Yeah,
just do it.
just do it.
Make a start. Dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. Like I said, it's a journey.
Yeah,
Just do it, man. Don't let life hold you back. You're going to get one go at it.
yeah.
So, yeah,
What is
get
it?
off the couch, grasp it by the balls and go.
That's it.
Just go.
No point waiting. Just go for
No
it.
point in waiting. What are you waiting for?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. The quote of the day. Day one. Was it day one
It's your quote.
or one day? There we go.
There you go.
Day one or one day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for being here, Big Papa Fav.
Thanks, mate. Pleasure being here. Hope some young people get something out of it and
Yeah.
inspired you.
Yeah. We can inspire some young people to be better and the best version of themselves.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, just one person would be great.
That's it, man. That's it. If we can help out one person, job's done.
100%.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
No worries, mate. Good to see you again and see you next time.
See you, mate. Bye.
Buddy.